All right, guys, today we're going to make something out of nothing. I am too tired to go to the store, and I don't like going to the store. So we have milk that's starting to separate here. You see this fat ring at the top? We're going to be using this. We're going to need 2 cups of milk. And we're going to be using celery, but we don't want to use all of our beautiful celery that we could be using for other stuff that needs to be beautified. So we're going to be using all of the bits, pieces, parts, and chunks of the celery. And this celery here, we're just going to cut this in half. And you put it in a jar with a little bit of water in there. Put this in the fridge. It'll last you 6 to 8 weeks at least. I've had it last even longer than that, if it'll fit. There you go. And you just put a lid on that and stick it in the fridge, even on the top shelf where it's going to freeze, and it's still going to be just fine. Okay, chop your pieces, parts, and reserve your celery leaves. I almost said lettuce leaves. Reserve your celery leaves just to beautify things up. And then we're going to chop all of these bits, parts, and pieces that you usually just chuck into the trash can or give to the chickens. But before you do that, you're going to want to break these apart like this and just pull the strings off. All the stringy stuff out of there. Just like that, because nobody likes stringy celery. Or do they? Oh, that one didn't have very many strings. Oh. You just break it in half just like that, and then all those outside strings will come off when you pull it. But not from that end. Okay. Yeah, that side there. We are down to our last onion. We're almost out of milk. Bless you. We don't have any butter, so we're going to be using bacon grease and olive oil today. We're just out of everything. Okay, chop your onion, chop your celery. Oh, yeah. No. We do not need 2 cups of milk. We need 4 cups of milk. We're making a big batch of soup. It's going to be 8 cups total. So you're going to need 4 cups of milk. Of old separated milk is optional. Ooh, there's almost enough in there to justify throwing it in the garbage. Let's just use the rest of that. There we go. We'll make up for that in the water. We're going to need 8 cups of liquid. Half milk, half water. To a large pot, you're going to add 1.5 sticks of butter, or the equivalent of that in bacon grease and olive oil. And I'm not going to use all bacon grease because it can be salty and sweet, especially if you've had cinnamon toast crunch bacon like we had a few weeks ago. So this is going to have a slight cinnamony flavor to this. Oh, I haven't even told you what we're making yet. We are making cream of celery soup out of just the scraps. Turn this on to high. And then we're going to add about 3/4 cup of bacon grease and let's start with 1/2 cup of olive oil and see where we get. Bless you. We'll add onion and celery to that. And add your celery in there. There we go. Now we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes until it's really, really soft, because nobody wants to chew their soup. Yep, that's going to be sweet soup, because I can already smell that cinnamon bacon. Dang it. I didn't want cinnamon soup, but you just got to make do with what you got sometimes. All right, now let's add some garlic. This is granulated garlic. If you got fresh garlic, that'd be great too. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic and 1 teaspoon of pepper. We're not going to add any salt because that bacon grease is going to have plenty of salt. Last night we had biscuits and gravy. We had leftover biscuits. Oh, every time I figure out what we're having for dinner, I got to look in the fridge and see what do we have for leftovers. And what we're having for dinner is based on what leftovers we have in the fridge. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Perfect. And we're just going to slide these into the toaster oven on keep warm while we cook. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. There's no reason to keep it that hot. Oh my. And while you have that olive oil still out, we're going to add some of this to a large, shallow skillet so we can fry up some pork chops. That sounds good. Okay, turn this on to about a medium. Oh, let's hope we fit in there. Yay. There we go. Oh. Ooh, those are almost tender. Celery takes just a little bit longer to cook. I don't know. Let's get, I don't know, like probably this here. Once you get your pork chops in that oil, you're going to want to flip them over so that both sides are coated really nice. There we go. And now we're going to sprinkle that side with garlic because olive oil and garlic just go so great together. And some pepper. Same seasonings as we use for the soup. There we go. Okay, now let's turn that up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, we're about tender. Oh, yep, we're really tender. All right, time to add the flour. We're going to need 3/4 cups of flour. Let's see, that's 2/3. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is a 3/4 measuring cup. We're just going to put this flour into here, cook and stir for about 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, this smells cinnamony. I don't like cinnamony soup, but, you know, that's what we got. That's what we're doing. Also, I would not recommend the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon. It is awful. I'm like, it's kind of good because it's sweet, but it's very specific of what you're eating it with. Okay, once those start boiling, turn them down to a medium so you don't want to start getting splashed. Put that away. And now we're going to start adding our milk, little bits at a time. I start off with about 1 cup. Without spilling it all over your stove would definitely be recommended. Make a mess every dang time. Every time. Oh, that's getting thick quick. Add some more milk. About 1 more cup. Make sure you spill it around on the sides of your stove. Drip it down the side of your pot so it's hard to wash off. 1 more cup. Go. And 1 more cup. Now, quickly go and refill this with some hot water. 4 more cups of, this time, hot water instead of milk. Oh my, I made a big mess on the counter too. There we go. You want to constantly stir at this part. And just bring that up to a boil, but let's put in our seasoning. Okay, real quick in between stirring, we're going to be adding some chicken bouillon. We're going to add 4 teaspoons of chicken bouillon. Okay, 1. This is salty. So we're going to add, let's add 3 just to make sure that bacon isn't too darn salty. 3 teaspoons instead of 4. And just keep stirring until that comes to a boil. It will just take a second because we added hot water. I've never made this soup without using butter before because butter is just so good in cream soup. But I love bacon grease. I just don't like cinnamon bacon grease. Some people drizzle olive oil in their cream of celery soup. That is just odd when you can just make your soup with the oil. Oh, this might help if I turn that up to high. Watch pot never boils. I don't want to try flipping those pork chops until after I'm done babysitting this soup. Yeah, but I'm going to put a lid on those because they're splashing at me. And they're loud. And turn those down. My goodness. I could tell it's about to boil. It's steaming. Come on. There it is. Okay, come on. I gotta swap those pork chops before they burn to the pan. Boil, damn it. Oh. Hey, there we go. For 1 minute. Now, let's get us a spatula. And a pot mitt so we don't get burned over here. Go ahead and turn that soup off. There we go. And we'll just let that cool without the lid on it so we can eat it sometime this century instead of... Oh, that's hot soup. My goodness. There's that one. There's that one. If you want those burnt, crunchy bits that are stuck to the bottoms, don't just pull it up and let those all get stuck to the bottom of the pan. Those are flavor bits. There we go. Now sprinkle with a little garlic and pepper. Oh, dang it. That was our taste test. That definitely needs more salt. Better safe than sorry, because I have a really bad habit of over-salting everything. Garlic, pepper, yum. Oh, we probably need some salt on those too, but let's see how salty the soup is first. That's so perfect. Maybe just a tiny splash more. And, oh, now I need to turn this back up. And there we go. And we're going to put a lid on those and let those cook for like 2 more minutes. Yep, that's perfect. Then get your soup ready while your pork chops are finishing up so it can cool to a eating temperature. The soup is the main course of this meal, not the pork chop. The soup is good soup. All right, let's see if we burn the pork chops. Oh, so perfect. Turn those off. You can tell if, oh shit. You can tell if a pork chop is done when it starts pulling away from the bone right there. And it gets bouncy, like boing, boing, boing when you press on it. Pork chops cook pretty quickly. Probably be even better if you don't drip that oil off of there, because olive oil is so delicious. There we go. Now, use these little pieces that you don't want to throw away. Make it all pretty. There's only 3 of us, so we'll divide this into 3s. Doesn't that look cute? It does. There we go. Now we just need a biscuit. There we go. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.